Welcome, everybody. Thursday night foosball picks, baby. College, NFL, and we're doing it way before the Steeler game. And we are not going to fuck around tonight because it's a Thursday night game. And we are going to talk college football right now because a whole bunch of stuff happened last week. So, and Shane.
In the comment section, real fast, I want you guys all to comment. What's more important? The NFL pick show, the college pick show, or the Pittsburgh tinfoil over there up in Western Pennsylvania, where Mitch Trubisky is going to throw 3 picks, and so is Mac Jones, and the winner's going to come down to the kicker's leg.
Oh man, I'm staying away from FanDuel tonight. I know Mav and Cable just sent me pictures. They're down there right now. Todd's on Facebook. Thank you guys. And then once we get to the NFL stuff, comment on your picks. But Shane and Rich, let's talk about the college controversy. What happened last week? You guys know a lot more about it than me, and I took Georgia.
So last week, you guys had picked Oregon. I picked Washington. I picked Michigan to lose, but everything else kind of went as planned, except for Alabama beating Georgia. If they were to play 5 times, I think 4 times Georgia wins. But it is what it is. That threw a wrench in the works. Either way, I think you're going to have 2 teams out. And I thought because guess this is the linchpin here. Okay. Texas beat Alabama. So by Alabama beating the number 1 team, it made Texas gave more validity for the 3 spot. Right. If Georgia would have won, they could have actually, got FSU in there. But with that being said, FSU is left out at number 5 at 13-0. Just even more reason.
Has that ever happened before?
Well, not with a major 5, not with a Power 5 school, and not with a school that has a national championship. I mean, Florida State's a blue blood. I mean, people say they're not because they're in the ACC, but as far as I'm concerned, they're as good as most SEC teams. But Rich, what do you think?
Shane, you've seen if anybody on here follows me on Facebook, or any of you guys are friends with me on Facebook, I have made quite a few posts in regards to the college football playoff. Now, granted, Oregon lost. Crazy game, by the way. Crazy game. I thought there was a couple weird calls there at the end, but nonetheless, Washington beat Oregon. I'll tell you what. I'm okay with Oregon obviously being bounced out. That makes sense. They lost. Okay, fine. They don't get into the Final Four. Texas going in, that made sense. They've beaten Bama earlier this season. They won where it mattered. They had a great record over winning teams. That made sense for them to slide in. My problem, my problem is 2 things. I'm sure you know what these are going to be. First of all, the biggest one being Florida State getting bounced. I get it. And I felt really bad. You know who I feel really bad for the most? Jordan Travis. Did you see his tweet that he put out on X this week? He said, guys, to the fans, I'm so sorry. I really wish I could have stayed healthy for this. It seems like, pretty much, if I'm going to paraphrase, he basically was going to apologize, saying the reason why they got slighted is because I'm not playing, and I'm really sorry that they did that to you. Now, my opinion is this.
But that's ridiculous, though, really, though. You think about it.
You lose 1 player, now you're not good enough. That's all we're saying to you. Now, granted, I was on here saying that I didn't think they were going to be able to win, but they still won. Not in pretty fashion. It was a close game. But here's the other thing that bothers me. Georgia getting knocked out of the top 4. They're number 1 all year long. Okay,
number 1. Yep.
I don't care what your records say or whatever it is. Bama goes from 8. They slide into 4. Georgia falls out of the 4 spot. And I told you guys, I thought Bama was going to have to win by a significant portion. I thought it was going to have to be a 2-score game to where they could actually not only just win by 2 scores, but really make Georgia look bad. I mean, they didn't. Bad, and they didn't. Georgia looked phenomenal. I mean, okay, fine, they lose by a field goal in a game where they played a great football game. And now they're on the outside looking in. So they're number 1 all year. And then all of a sudden, the very last matchup of the year, they lose 1 game and they're out. Well, Bama lost a game. Bama lost to Texas. If Texas is number 3.
Yeah, and Texas handled them. Handled them.
Well, I said Texas.
We're talking scored 40 points.
And Bama does not belong right behind Texas. And what Texas did to Bama? Are you crazy? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired of the Alabama Invitational. I'm tired of it. Every year, Bama finds some way, no matter how bad they look, no matter how great they look, whether they're number 1 or they're number 8, number 12, they always find some bullshit way to squeeze Alabama back in the top 4. I've been watching a lot of articles. I've been reading a lot of stuff. I'll tell you right now, a lot of it comes down to the endorsements they're able to get behind the state of it. Listen, Bama's a big football state. You're going to get a lot of people watching ball when Bama's playing. Nick Saban has all these endorsements out there. He's got all the Prudential, whatever it was, insurance companies. The problem is this has to stop being about money. It has to stop being about some weird shit.
But it won't.
It has to be about.
It's getting worse.
But Bubba, that's like me coming out and saying, let's say, for example, Pittsburgh finishes in a wild card spot, right? And let's say you guys finish. Let's just say you guys finish 9-8, and there's a team behind you that's 7-9. Right. But since you guys, now you look down at your stats are offensively, you guys have been terrible. Defensively, you've been good. It's the weirdest thing. It is the worst statistical matchup in NFL history to be set like 7-4, whatever. As of right now, you guys are starting to be in the playoffs. Now imagine you guys finish, and you guys are you guys are a game and a half above whoever's out of the wild card. But sorry, Pittsburgh. Let's say Jacksonville for shit and giggles. Jacksonville's offensive yards and defensive rankings are so much better. Kenny Pickett got hurt. You guys are out. Jacksonville's in. How would Pittsburgh react to that? You'd lose your fucking shit.
It'd be a fucking riot. It'd be a riot.
But that's the NFL. I mean, look at the NFL. Seattle's made the playoffs at 7-9 in the past. Arizona's made it at 7-9. Why? Because the best team in that division made it because they earned it. I'm sorry, but you got to stop this bullshit. If you're going to play it this way, there has to be conferences less than 8. You got to start slimming shit down.
What do you think, Shane? Both of you, do you think that this was the final straw?
Right. Here's what happened. This is cataclysmic. This is bigger than what you think, because guess what happened? That by them picking Alabama, who is not nearly as good as maybe 2 teams ahead of them, that I think should have been ahead of them. With that being said, you're saying the SEC's third best team or second best team is better than the champion from the ACC. You're basically saying the ACC is like not first tier, not second tier, third tier. And you're saying that. So it's getting to the point, and there was talk before about this. Every program that makes over $100 million will be in the super conference, and then everybody else is just like, it's like going to be like Major League Soccer.
So if you're driving a Lamborghini, you're in. If you're driving a fucking Ford Festiva, you're barely making it on the field.
Right. So like Pitt would be on the fringe. West Virginia would make it in because they spend $108 million.
All of them.
What's that?
Pitt would be like they would
the
be
cutoff.
Like Gumby,
that's the cutoff.
Looking in at the Christmas special.
Yeah, that's the cutoff. But here's the thing: once that happens, they'll split the money. It'll be revenue sharing. They'll split the money, and it'll be a little bit more even. They're going to start to change the NIL a little bit. They're going to tweak that. They need bumpers on that system right now, because right now, listen to this, Rich. This is crazy. The league minimum is like 800,000. Okay, so you might have a quarterback in the NFL making 800,000. To get a starting quarterback at a top school, like say Alabama or even like a Washington or like a Power 5 school, you're talking $1 million to $1.5 million, almost $2 million for some of these kids in NIL money. Like Deion Sanders' kids making $4 million.
Yep.
So.
Wow.
That's big.
Holy
so let's real quick. We'll talk through the matchups. I'll tell you what they are, highlight a couple other bowl games, and then we'll move on to the NFL. So First off, some of these bowl games are the payouts maybe 300,000. You get to these bowl games like the Pinstripe Bowl or say the Texas Bowl. The Texas Bowl pays out $4 million, so that's a pretty good payout. Where the championship, like say the Sugar Bowl is not part of the playoff system this year, it's like $25-30 million. So the Texas Bowl is A&M and Oklahoma State. That's going to be a fun matchup.
Oklahoma State.
yeah. Then you have the Duke Mayo Mayonnaise Bowl. That's a dumb name. Yeah,
that's what North they named Carolina. It, the Mayonnaise Bowl.
Yeah, Duke's Mayonnaise. So it's North Carolina and West Virginia. That's going to be an okay matchup.
Sandwich Bowl, the ham sandwich bowl, and the chip bowl.
Yeah, the Holiday Bowl is Louisville and USC. I'm just going through some of them. There's some interesting matchups. So that's the 27th, and then the 29th you have Clemson versus Kentucky in the Gator Bowl. The Sun Bowl, it's going to be fun to watch because Oregon State, I've been high on them all year. They're 8-4. They're going to play Notre Dame, and I think that's going to be a really good game.
Well, what we do is like all these bowl games, we'll get and we'll just give our pick.
We'll go through them again next week.
Yeah.
But like Ole Miss is 10-2. They're playing Penn State at 10-2 in the Peach Bowl. That's going to be a great one. And then here's the oh shit, you almost made it bowl. That's the Orange Bowl. That's Georgia Bulldogs and Florida State Seminoles. So you're talking two teams.
Is that the name of the bowl?
No, it's the Orange Bowl.
the oh shit kind of bowl.
Yeah. And then you have, the Rose Bowl is a playoff bowl this year. You got Alabama and Michigan, and your Sugar Bowl is Texas at versus Washington. Those are going to be great. We'll talk about those again, but I'm just giving you the high level. That's what's coming up. We'll talk about that again next week. So,
Craig from Patton's in the house right there.
Yep.
Rich. Look what he said. We haven't got to there yet. People already.
Yeah, I love it.
And let me we got a whole bunch of people on the Facebook. Todd, Chris, Rick and Patty. Chris Anderson's Let's Go Steelers. Todd said FSU should be in. Freight Train is in the house. Chris says we are. Chris Elliott's in the house. Travis in the house. Danchin' Richie Allen's in the house. Princess Jade's in the house. Todd says FSU should have been 3. Texas number 4. Alabama and Georgia would have played again as 5 and 6. Chris says Alabama is a big football state when they aren't sleeping with their cousins. Chris Ward is in. Benjamin says go Steelers. Sean
they're still playing ball.
And Sean says go Steelers. Damn it, they better win. Richie says, hey, Bubba. Chris says, what's up, fellas? And what about the Spam Bowl? Well, the Spam Bowl is not a real big bowl because you can get a Spam Bowl at Dollar General. So that's like a $3.99 bowl. So Freight Train, how you doing?
Good, getting ready for this epic matchup.
Yeah, and you guys are going live on your PSP app, right?
PSF, yes.
Sorry, I fucked that all up. PSP, PSF.
Same thing. Both of them were obsolete.
Yeah. I messed that all up.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So,
yep.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be on tonight because I told the missus we're going to watch the game, and I can't do 6 things.
I don't really want to either, but I already.
Well, you're already going to do 6 things, Bubba. You're going to scream, yell, cry, throw a tantrum, break some shit, and turn the TV off. That's 6 things right there.
No, I'm going to pace. I'm going to bitch. And, well, actually, we're going right to the NFL stuff right now, people. So if you guys got your picks, I'll comment them. So let's get it on here as quick as possible because me and Freight Train's team is up, and we this is it because this weekend's I don't know what the fuck to do this weekend. But anyway, here we go. Thursday night, New England's coming in town against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brian Lamort's in the house, probably taking the under. Morty, I'm taking Pittsburgh 13-7, like I did on the MegaCast last night. That is my pick. And I know Rich, you probably or we're probably whatever we are. I don't know because I know I shit the bed a couple games last week.
Oh, so yeah. So real quick, everybody finished 9-4. Everybody, every single person.
9-4.
Wow. All 4 of us. So Bubba, you lost the Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Kansas City, and Jacksonville game. I lost the Pittsburgh, Philly, Kansas City, and Jacksonville game.
Yeah, you weren't happy either, were you?
Shut up.
So anyway, all of us were fucked off except for Shane.
Shut up. Okay, we're gonna move on. Shane lost the Jets, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Jacksonville game. And then Freight Train lost the Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Kansas City, and Jacksonville game. So Bubba and Freight Train lost the same games. Shane lost the Jets by himself, and I lost I lost Philadelphia by myself. So we all ended up tallying out at 9-4. That makes Bubba and me 101-77. That makes Freight Train 83-61. Shane leading the way in percentage and wins. Shane is sitting at 103-75, 2 wins above me and Bubba.
Nice.
Freight Train has no chance at wins, so he has to win the season on percentage points. So you better get your percentage up there, kid.
Okay, we got a lot of people. Morty says, who you like tonight, Bubba? Steelers, Morty, but I don't know any over-under. Troy Pierce is in the house. T. Ranchela's in the house. The legendary T. What's up? He just
no matter
matter
what happens tonight, though, there's no way it finishes 6-0 like the Chargers game last week, right? There's no that happens.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm telling you guys right now on the Facebook stuff, Morty said take the over, and Morty is a big time better. And Chris Anderson said Steelers bitch slapped the Patriots 27-7. That's the over.
You want to win some money. You want to win some money. I'll tell you what you do. You go to whatever app you use, put $1 on it. Take Mitch Trubisky to throw 375 yards. I guarantee if he does it, you're going to make like $1,000 just for that.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds of him throwing 350 or 3?
Bubba's going to put Trubisky's going to throw for 375. Darnell Washington 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. 178 yards.
Calvin Austin with a touchdown.
Yeah. No, Deontay Johnson with a touchdown.
Well, yeah.
That
Watch what I did last week.
He might score with like 2 minutes left while you're down by 21 and celebrate while he's in the end zone. He might do that
be crazy. So
I couldn't believe that.
Ralph Williams is on the show here. Tyler Sprinkle. Everybody say hello to everybody. I'm telling you, there's people that are talking. We are going crazy tonight. So,
all right,
Rich,
so Bubba, you took Pittsburgh.
I took Pittsburgh, of course. I mean, that's just
New England. I'm taking Pittsburgh too.
Oh shit!
They lose every time I take Pittsburgh.
I know. That's why I was.
They lost to the Cardinals last week, and we all took Pittsburgh.
Ralph says Presley Harvin with a fake punt. And what's the Steelers' record in the Color Rush unis? I have no idea offhand. I have no. I know what they did to Killer Bees. They were undefeated. So Shane, who you picking?
I'll tell you what. Last night I had a 10-9 pick of New England. I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to go Steelers 10.
Wow, screw you,
to
Shane.
9. So right now, either way, I'm wrong.
You're taking New England?
Either way, I'm wrong. But tonight I'm going to pick the Steelers 10-9. I'll feel too bad if I'm picking them. They'll lose. Only on this show.
Yeah,
you Pittsburgh
yesterday.
No, I'll tell you what, guys. In all seriousness, I'm going to stick with my original one. 10-9, New England.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
You had me going there, Shane.
Oh, I had you.
Who you taking, Freight Train?
Hey, I'm just as bad of luck as he is.
I'm taking the Steelers. I picked them last night 24-3. I think Mitch Trubisky comes in and he does a little bit better because he had a full week of practice. Well, not a full week, 3 days, but I think he's going to surprise us.
Just so you know, on FanDuel, Mitch Trubisky is so bad, the highest bet you can place at plus 1,000 would be Mitch Trubisky to throw 275 yards. I was trying to see if I could put it at 375. Yeah. It's not possible. It doesn't let you.
Todd says over and under on Tomlin tripping somebody running down the sideline. T says the storyline doesn't go in favor of the Patriots. So I have to say the Steelers are going to win because, it's all about the storyline, T said. And Lamort with his FanDuel picks. Freiermuth or Dante will be the first touchdown, plus 2 touchdowns. Morty gambling away up there in DuBois, Pennsylvania. Woo-hoo. Sean Robinson, the Rush Colors, they are 7-2, he said. So, okay, we are rolling from the Steelers going to this next matchup. Tampa Bay at the Atlanta Falcons. Ooh, and I heard and I read somewhere that Atlanta Falcons have won 3 in a row, but I don't care. Baker Mayfield, we trust. I'm taking Tampa Bay.
As a Steelers fan, I can't believe you just said that. In Baker Mayfield, I trust. You weren't saying that a few seasons ago, were you?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man. Tampa struggled a lot against Carolina. 21-18 was definitely not a deciding. Was not a very confident win over a bad Panthers team. I'll tell you what. Oh man, Atlanta only beat the Jets by 5 is rough too. But then again, the Jets have a good. I'm gonna go Atlanta. I'm gonna say right now. Here's why. Atlanta only scored 13 points, but the Jets get stuck on defensively. Everybody thinks about how bad the offense is. Nobody thinks about the defense. The fact that defense has been so good, even though they're so exhausted because of how many plays they run, I'm going to say Atlanta is going to beat Tampa because Tampa Bay's defense is complete trailer trash. They almost lost to the Panthers. Ooh. Can't trust you if you lose to the Panthers or almost lose to the Panthers. Or Arizona, by the way. I'm going to take Atlanta.
Shane, who you taking?
ATL, baby.
Okay, Atlanta. Freight Train.
I'm going to take Atlanta too. I think I like their running game. I don't trust Desmond Ridder. That's
hand the ball off. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, but
hand it off.
Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta.
Hey, Craig's doing.
Patton, you talking basketball now? Is that Milwaukee?
He's taking the BUCS. And also Cosmo's taking 24-17 Falcons.
I was going to say 17-14, so drop.
Todd's taking the Bucks. Chris Elliott's taking the Falcons on the Facebook.
Yeah, Chris Elliott. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
baby.
Let me see where we're at here. So we are on a third game. I'm gonna be Rich is going to laugh when I do this, but hopefully not because I'm playing it smart this time. The Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. I am not taking Chicago. No effing way. Taking Detroit Lions, Rich. I knew you'd laugh on that one. Taking Detroit. Rich?
About time.
I know.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna take Chicago. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm not going to. I'm taking Detroit. Bubba, see that? See that? You want to throw me off my game? I'm throwing you off yours. I'm going Detroit on this one. Obviously.
Okay, Shane, who you taking?
Lions, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, make that 4 of us.
Oh, 4. It's a unanimous
Clean sweep.
That means Detroit just lost, guys. Every time we go unanimous, everybody fucking loses. We went 2 for 2. We went 2 for 2 last week when we all agreed.
Oh, Steeler for Craig's going this.
Sorry,
Lions are going to eat the Bears. I got Todd's taking Lions. Chris is taking the Lions. Sean Robinson taking Chicago.
Make sure you bet on that. If you win
Sean,
that,
you are.
You can tell he's not keeping track of his wins and losses.
Yeah, some people just like to be different.
Uh-oh. Yeah, defense.
Steelers versus the Pats.
Yeah. And the Cowboys defense versus Eagles.
Because the Eagles, you never know. They can definitely score points in a hurry depending on what happens. I don't trust New England to come in there with Bailey Zappi and score a lot of points against Pittsburgh. I would take Pittsburgh's defense against. Now, if it was Pittsburgh versus Dallas or Eagles versus Dallas,
it's be like Zapped, that Scott Baio movie. I'm a little old here, but Scott Baio did a movie Zapped, and that's the Patriots are going to get zapped tonight.
The only thing is, I have the Cowboys defense on my fantasy team too, and I start them every week because they lead the league in defensive touchdowns.
Ooh,
that's because Bland got a few early on.
Okay, here we go with this next matchup.
What's that? 1, 2, pick a few. That's 6.
4 or 5 were like in the first 6 games of the season, the first 7 games. It was like some crazy.
Well, we're getting to that game. That game's going to be that game is a Sunday night game, and his game here is the Colts versus at Cincinnati Bengals, and the Bengals quarterback throwing for 300 and some yards. Todd says Bengals upset the Colts, and I hate to say this, but I think that is what's going to happen, even though I don't like it. I think that the Colts lose. Cincinnati. I'm taking Cincinnati. Rich?
I'm taking the Colts all day. I mean, listen, every squirrel finds a nut, right? I mean, he might have had one good game, but you go back and you watch him play 2 weeks ago, the kid was absolutely shell-shocked. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy the hype after one time. Listen, 34-31 against Jacksonville. Pretty impressive, although Jacksonville also was out Trevor Lawrence for part of that game because he got a little banged up there. Yeah. But yeah, I just can't believe in that guy twice in a row. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to take Indy here.
Okay. Shane, look like you're praying. Who you taking?
I too am taking the Colts. I'm riding them again.
Okay. Freight train.
I'm with you, Bubba. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's a home game. So
all right.
Yeah.
I got the freight train. Let me mark that.
I got the Facebook guys. Todd says Bengals upset the Colts. Troy took the Colts. Chris took the Colts. Sean took the Colts. And Chris Anderson took Atlanta in that prior game. So okay. Here we go. Let it snow. This one here. Oh, hi, Tammy Rouse in the house. Brewer Tammy.
That name sounds familiar. I don't know.
It does. God bless
you. Isn't she dating some crazy dude that lives out west?
She married a crazy dude. She's getting the TV ready on Amazon Prime.
God bless you, Tim. God bless you.
She's going to be screaming because before we go to this, my wife was not a Big Ben fan, so I'm telling you, it was very, very.
Wow!
It was. Yes, there was a little bit of.
You must really love her.
I do love her.
Marriage counseling.
Yeah, I was not a Big Ben fan either.
She well, you and Tammy can hang out. Here we go.
Moving on.
No, moving on. Okay, here we go. The Cleveland Jags at the Cleveland Browns. Trevor Lawrence, I don't think is playing. I don't know. And I don't think they're – I hate to say this. I have to take the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to have to take the Cleveland Browns on that one. Yes. So, Rich, who you taking?
What was that matchup? I zoned out there.
That was the Jags at Cleveland.
Man, is Trevor Lawrence healthy coming into this game here?
I don't think he is. No, he's not.
Oh, fuck. Who's backing up Jacksonville? That's a tough one. I didn't look into this at all. I usually plan a little bit ahead, but I
Scott
didn't.
Brunell.
Well, Lawrence is listed
Mark
as
Brunell.
limited.
Scott
Mark Brunell? Oh, my
Scott
God, what is he
Brunell.
going to be, 74? I mean, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. You know what? I'm still going Jacksonville, man. The Browns, they're known for their defense. They just got beat 36-19 last week. Not close. I mean, an absolute ass for them by the Rams, and the Rams have looked bad for the most part. So I'm going to go against Cleveland here. I'm going to go Jacksonville. I can see the upset here. I can see the Browns winning it, but I'm going to go Jacksonville.
Okay. Shane.
Browns.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Browns. I think this is a game their defense wins for them.
Loss for everybody.
Okay, I got Todd says Jags over the Browns. Sean took the Jags. Chris Elliott took the Jags. Jason Reese is in the house from Pro Wrestling Extreme Podcast. Said Beathard is Jax's backup. Beathard. Beathard.
The old quarterback for San Fran a couple of years back.
Yeah, CJ Beathard. He sucks.
Yeah, Beathard, Beathard. Yes.
And you're going to say the quarterback for Cleveland plays any better? I like Flacco, don't get me wrong, but come on, man.
Didn't he get like 300 yards though?
They had to walk him out there with a walker. You didn't see the tennis balls in the bottom and everything, so you could slide across the turf better.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was the first time we ever had a paraplegic play football.
My wife is not a special. No, I eat Special K, but no Special Ed here.
That's the only thing special. Well, we got Special Kelsey down here.
Yeah. Okay, Jacksonville. Craig's taken. Okay, let's get to this one. Ba-ding, ba-dong, ba-dong, bong, bong. Not a good matchup. Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. Oh, what a shit. What
NFC South rivalry match.
Oh, let me throw a dart at my wall and take the Saints. Terrible.
That dart hit that wall really fast.
It did. Taking the Saints. God's taking the Saints. Chris is taking the Saints. Rich Smoke is taking you.
The Randy Johnson of darts over there. I'm gonna take the Saints as well. I think no way in hell is this going to go any other way. I'm gonna take New Orleans in this game.
Okay, Shane.
I'm taking the Saints too.
Yeah, Carolina I just think they have no coaching now, and give them a couple years maybe. I'm guessing. Kal-El's in the house. We're getting to your game, Kal-El. Kal-El, Wonder Kid is in the house. Freight Train, who are you taking?
I'm going upset alert. I'm taking Carolina. I think with the changes, it might be like a Pittsburgh situation. We make a coaching change and everybody wakes up for a week. I've been burnt way too many times by the Saints this year already.
Ooh, you're like toast.
They're a mess. Derek Carr sucks.
Wow.
And
Derek Carr is bad.
Yeah,
he was good with the Raiders. They just messed that up, I think.
I'm taking.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, he was able to hide how bad he was.
Yeah. Hey, Kal-El, give your picks, Wonder Kid. I'll put them out there.
Because honestly, the Panthers' defense isn't that bad. It's not half that bad.
Well, don't they have Sanders? Is it Miles Sanders, a running back?
Carolina has Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard, but they haven't been using Miles Sanders at all. They gave that guy money and underutilized him. It's sad.
Okay. They're not playing to win draft picks.
Yeah, it's like Buffalo. I don't think Buffalo's trying to win anymore either, right? Right, Kal-El?
He's like, fuck you, Smoke. Okay, here we go. This is my team. Not one of my teams that I've been picking all year. This team here, the Houston Texans at the New York Jets. Everybody knows that's been watching this show since the Houston Texans beat the lovely Steelers that day and pissed me the F off. I've been taking Houston the whole season. I am not quitting today. Taking Houston over the Texans. Todd says the Jets. And
while I may be a Pennsylvanian who hates most Texans, I'm going to take the Texans as well.
Okay.
Shane.
I agree. That's a good pick, Texans.
Okay. Freight Train.
I'm doing a Bubba week this week. I'm going Jets. I think this is a trap game for Houston. I really do. The Jets have a good run.
You're choosing a really bad time of year to pull a Bubba. Bubba did it early. Bubba was smart. Bubba said, I'm going to fuck around for the first 6-7 weeks, be viable enough to save my season in the second half. And if you notice, for the last 6 weeks, he started picking a little bit less bullshit. He didn't take Chicago over Detroit. That's proof of pudding, man.
I had a couple
you chose the wrong time of year.
Crowd all day, yeah.
I think I'm gonna round it out with the Jets for this one.
Okay. And then Craig took Texans over the Jets. Todd took the Jets. Chris Elliott took the Texans. And also Sean took the Texans. Okay, here we go with this next one. It's another shit show of a match here. LA Rams, Baltimore Ravens. They're at Baltimore. The Rams got to come across the U.S. I hate to say this, and I hate to do this. Baltimore is going to beat the Rams.
I thought you swore you would never pick Baltimore. Isn't that
I know. Todd says Rams all day. Rams all day. Yeah. Well, it's going across the United States that does them in, the Rams. They were playing at home. I would probably take the Rams, but it's just different. So, Rich, who you taking, bud?
I'm taking ball so hard to more Ravens, man. I'm going to tell you why.
So hard.
Coming off a bye week, they don't got to travel across country. They got to practice at home. They got to get themselves into they got a little bit healthier, too. I mean, Lamar's feeling 100% now. Got a lot of young guys there getting a little bit better. I'm going to take Baltimore. I don't think it's going to be that close, to be honest. I think the Rams got lucky and beat a really bad fucking Browns defense who didn't show up last week. So I'm going to take Baltimore.
Right. Shane
O'Mac.
I am straight in line with you guys. Baltimore is going to win this matchup. Easy.
I have a funny feeling Freight Train is going to put a wrench in something here. I think. I think
it'll be 3 in a row for him.
Yeah, yeah. Who you taking, Freight Train?
I got to go.
Rams.
I got to go with balls are sore.
Oh, balls are sore.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still hate them.
Taking the best team in the AFC North. Good job, Freight Train.
Oh, it hurts my heart to hear that,
bro. Don't even start. What was the score last week?
You've been shitting on my team for like 13 weeks, okay, bro? You were shitting on my team well before you had a right to.
We'll choke in the postseason. Hey, I guarantee that'll be true.
Even the Steelers didn't give up 40
but
points
at least Baltimore will make it to the postseason.
Well, we ain't done yet.
Yeah,
Todd says Rams all day.
Mitch Trubisky is going to blow it all up for you. He's going to blow the toilet up.
Sean said, hurts to say, but Baltimore.
He's about to resurrect his career.
Yeah, Chris Elliott's taking Baltimore to jinx the Dirty Rat Birds. Yeah. Okay.
Frank, wake up. You're sleeping.
He's going to be the next Nick. He's going to be our Nick Foles. Take us all the way through.
You're wearing that jersey. Forget that Troy's not playing no more.
Play.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go with this one. This is a 4:05 matchup. Seattle at the 49ers. I don't even have to click to think about it because they are a badass team. 49ers is what I'm taking all day long.
No, 49ers as well. What do you got, Shane?
49ers.
Yep,
that makes 4 of us.
Okay. Todd
I could see an upset in that one, though. I could see Seattle played really well last week against Dallas. I mean, aside for some really weird PI calls that were invisible to me
Chris
at the end
says,
of the game, Seattle had them.
Chris says 49ers.
Their
Sean takes 49ers. Bill Mims is in the house. Here we go with
Smith and Jigba's been waking up a little bit recently. Lockett's been waking up a little bit. They look. I mean, Gino, I don't believe it. That's only
you got to keep that defense honest, though. You got to keep.
Craig says the 49ers.
If they had a better quarterback over top of Geno Smith, I would consider taking Seattle. But Geno's just not going to be able to handle it. Not this week.
He's not going to win.
Offensive line's a little tough.
Oh, way to piss Shane off! Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I mean, hey, I'm not. I like him, but I'm not like in love with the guy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
He did put. I said this last night. He did put. It's put 70 points on Clemson in the Orange Bowl.
Well,
Pat White over Geno Smith.
But that was college. That was 10, 12 years ago. So,
yeah.
Okay, this matchup, I don't know if the Wonder Kid is still in the house, but this matchup here is the
team that's going to win, and then the Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills at Kansas City. Kansas City.
Both coming off of a very, very tough loss. Very tough loss.
I'm going to throw another dart. I'm going. Todd says the Chiefs. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills.
Come back to me.
Troy says Bills.
Shane,
who you taking?
Chiefs.
Todd says bounce back game.
Freight.
Sean says Kansas City.
I'm taking the Bills. They have the better tight end.
Oh,
hey, Freight Train, I hear your end's pretty tight.
That tight end's not getting any.
In all seriousness, something doesn't look right with Kelsey.
He's
the past
soft.
Couple of weeks.
Soft.
He's not 100%.
He looks.
He's
slow.
not 100%. He's not 100%. They rushed him back from an injury that he shouldn't have came back from.
He's soft.
He needed more. No, he needed more time. They kept him off the IR so he wouldn't get locked up for 4 weeks. They were hoping he was going to progress, and he's not 100%. You can tell when you watch him.
Some comments.
You can call him soft all you want. Everybody's soft if you're fucking broken. Yeah, he looks like he's hurt.
Okay, KC over the Bills. Sorry, Kyle L.
I'm taking. You know what, Kal-El, you're gonna like me for once, okay? For the first time since we met, you might actually like me a little bit here. I still hate Prime, by the way, but I'm gonna take Buffalo Bills over Kansas City.
Gotta fill in. Okay, I got his Uncle Alan's in the house watching.
Disagree.
Todd's laughing. Bill Mims said the Chiefs must win. The Bills are cooked. That's what he said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the Bills lose, they go 6-7. So
they're still in the hunt.
I told Kal-El, I said, come to the dark side, kid. Just get your inner peace and come on the Steeler train. And he's like, absolutely not, Bubba. So I can't. He's a
you know what?
Kid.
I respect you, kid. I respect you.
Yeah. Alan, his uncle, took the Bills, so they'll be partying at up there in the Great White North.
Travis, what are they gonna do? Party at Chuck E. Cheese and. What are they going to do? Party at Chuck E. Cheese?
There's no Chuck E. Cheese in Punxsutawney, man. There's
pizza, Coca-Cola.
No, there's
Isn't there a country market or some shit? What's it called?
Country market. Yeah. There used to be gimmicks. The groundhog place, you can get good groundhog pancakes. You know what I mean?
Made with real groundhog.
No, not groundhog pancakes. No, pancakes, but you know what I mean? It's a groundhog. Yes.
I'm saying, you're in Bumblefuck.
Groundhog sausage.
I've had groundhog one time. It tastes like chicken.
I'm from the city, man.
Oh, God.
It tastes like chicken. Todd says no one circles the wagons. I wish I could do a Chris Berman impersonation. No one circles the wagons like the Bills, but those wagons are full of arrows and on fire. I tell you what, I met Chris Berman, and he is legitly 6'6". He is that big.
Really?
That is a very fat, plump 6'6".
He is huge, man. Huge.
Yeah, width-wise.
No, he was. I shook his hand and I looked up. He had me like by 4 inches. And Alan says, Punxsutawney Phil's. That's the pancake place.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah, and then the old Punxsutawney Hotel. What the hell? My brother-in-law's cousin owns that, and they have wings, and I can't think of it.
My
Chris Elliott, the Golden Zone's back. And Keith is in the house. And we got this matchup, Rich Smokes matchup. Woo! Sunday night, Chris Collinsworth is in the house. The Eagles are at Dallas.
Wait, Chris Collinsworth. Oh, fuck, I'm muting.
Yeah, I'm
commentating myself. Anybody wants to tune in? Man. If anybody wants to tune in, I'm going to commentate that game myself live on Facebook.
He sucks.
That.
I hate that. If you're a Steeler fan, Chris Collinsworth.
Well, he's an old Redskin too. He hates Philadelphia. He hates us.
Sucks.
Oh,
and
who are you taking, Bubba?
I'm taking the Eagles are coming back because I don't see them losing 2 in a row. I don't like Dallas anyway. I'm taking the Eagles. Yes, that's the Burrow. Thanks, Alan. Troy Pierce taking the Eagles. Todd's taking Eagles all day. Troy Pierce says, fuck the Cowgirls. Chris goes, go Eagles, fuck the Cowgirls. Alan's taking the Eagles.
I'm going to take Philly just because I'm going to follow your guys. I'm going to follow your trade, but I'm going to tell you what, though. I almost actually came in tonight saying I was going to go the other way.
No, you wasn't.
I was.
Seriously?
Really
Dude, you're a terrible liar. You are a terrible liar.
I was downstairs telling Rachel. Listen, no, wins and losses are important right now. I'm very competitive. I'm very, very fucking competitive. My team loses. We're going to the playoffs regardless.
I am not going against the Steelers. I don't give a fuck if Cliff fucking quarterback.
I was close. Now I decided when I was eating that burrito pre-show, right? When we were back in the green room, I went to the spinny wheel of names. It's like a thing that I use all the time whenever I'm having a hard time making decisions.
Right.
I put the Eagles on there 8 times, the Cowboys on there 8 times. I hit shuffle 4 times. I spun the wheel 3 times. It landed on Philly twice and Dallas once. I was going off of whatever it finished off on the wheel. But either way,
seriously, I know you're pulling our game.
I'm dead ass. That's exactly what I did.
So you're a diehard Eagles fan, even though in this game you had a slight ounce of taking the Cowboys.
Of course. Well, here's the thing. Every time that we play Dallas, when Philly wins, we're usually at home. When Dallas wins, they're usually at home. This game is in Jerry World. It is in Dallas. That's what makes me have my doubt. Not to mention it's all about how Jalen Hurts responds. I mean, he's been getting critiqued a lot in the media the last week. A lot of people have been talking a lot of shit about him. Somehow he went from MVP candidate to 1 loss, and now he's like a joke all of a sudden. Wow. There's a lot of Philadelphia reporters saying we should put in Marcus Mariota. You're fucking high as a kite, by the way. I don't know, man. It's close. I mean, I can see this game going either way. I'm going to take Philly.
You want me to help you out?
Go ahead. What?
You want me to help you out with this since I was right last week?
Go ahead. Dallas?
The Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to pull it out. They're not going to lose 2 in a row. They're too good of a team.
I'll bet you $1 million Frank goes Dallas right now.
You bet your sweet ass I'm taking Dallas. Hell yeah.
Bet your sweet. I just can't believe now. I mean, Rich, I give you balls to take the Cowboys, and you're a diehard Eagles fan. I don't know if you got hit with a steel chair, but
I told you before the season started, it was all going to come down to what I really thought was going to happen. I mean, you got to remember, I do a lot of podcasts outside of my own division. So, like, I'm trying to get better at being impartial to everything. I don't want to be biased in any one direction.
God bless you, because
I know I'm an Eagles fan. However, if the Eagles are 2-10 and we're playing fucking 9-1 Kansas City, who the fuck am I going to take 9-1 fucking Kansas City? I'm sorry, like Freight Train's done it. Freight Train went against Pittsburgh a couple of times, but sometimes you got to call it what it is. I'm pretty sure Freight Train is undefeated when picking against Pittsburgh, I believe, as well.
He probably is.
I mean, no shit happens.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's
well,
tough.
Mayor is picking the Eagles. Mayor is a huge Eagles fan. Craig,
go Birds.
Go to Eagles. And then there we go. Cowboys meltdown. And then let's see. Bill Mims, Dallas is taking this one. Eagles need to sit Hurts until he's healthy. He isn't right.
Wrong.
Ooh, I think Bill is an Eagles fan. Sean says Eagles in the OT. Chris Elliott says Rich is smoking some good shit tonight. And Chris is in the house. Bob Roofner. Barbecue Bob's in the house.
Just give me a 30-second response real fast about the Jalen Hurts thing.
Well, he's got another one, so go ahead. He says Mariota should play until Hurts is healthy. It would be better in the long run, so go ahead.
Mute his comments for like 10 minutes. Listen, here's the thing. First of all, you're not going to bench Jalen Hurts. I'm going to tell you why you're not going to bench Jalen Hurts. This is the biggest game of the year for the Eagles. Last week was not. Last week was a big, rah-rah. They're going to rematch up from the NFC Championship game with Purdy, and half the Eagles defense is missing from last year. It's irrelevant. I don't care. But if you're looking at it this week, you bench Jalen Hurts, we lose to Dallas. We're now tied in first in the NFC East, right? Now we're tied. Now we're battling for that number 1 seed, and we're battling for our own division. Not to mention Marcus Mariota, which has been reported this week in Philadelphia. I live 20 minutes from Philadelphia. And Marcus Mariota has had less than 10% of the snaps with the starters all season long. You're not going to bring in Marcus Mariota, put him into a high stress situation with a bunch of injuries. You're just not going to have it happen. Jalen Hurts, yes, he's not 100%. I agree. I wish he could get healthy. But we don't have a backup that's going to win the football game. I don't think Marcus Mariota has any chance against Dallas.
Okay, now I'm going to have you rebuttal something because Bill says KC was the biggest game of the year for the Birds.
Wrong. 100% wrong.
Why
would Kansas City fucking matter? Kansas City was not the biggest game of the year. Kansas City is in the AFC West, right? Eagles are in the NFC East. You're going to tell me that's more important 4 weeks ago, by the way, than the NFC East matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys. If the Eagles win this one, but if the Eagles win and we get another win here, we go up 2 games over the Cowboys. And then on top of that, if we were to finish off with the same record, we win the NFC East by tiebreak. So why the fuck would the Kansas City game be bigger than this fucking game?
He says they beat the team that beat them in the Super Bowl. That's what Bill said.
See, everybody lives last year. Who gives a fuck about last year? I mean, if Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy
thanks,
and the
Bill,
Eagles,
you made Rich smoke it up right now.
And if the Eagles brought back fucking Jerome Brown and Reggie White, we might have a chance to play defense. No shit, Sherlock. I mean, come on. What does last year have to do with anything? Who gives a shit?
Ryan says tonight game has the lowest under since 1993 about the Steeler game. Troy says, Rich, the Eagles got rolled on by the Niners fair and square. Don't make excuses, he said.
I didn't make one. When did I make one?
You did.
My Facebook post was actually me airing my own team.
Bro, you're so worked up. Your voice is starting to get squeaky. Down.
Larry Stryker's in the house.
Because see, the thing is, I can't listen to somebody say it, and that's like me saying to you, Freight Train.
Larry knew you were talking, and he just jumped on.
That's like me saying to you guys, Freight Train and Bubba, that you guys playing the Cardinals was more important than you guys playing the Baltimore Ravens. Why? There's no reason for that. Connor was making his homecoming, and you got to beat Connor. No, who gives a fuck about Connor? I'm going to win a football game.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh, hi, Mom. How are you?
Baltimore's always going to be more important.
Okay, now Ryan, we got two more. We got two more matches before we're out of here. But I'm reading the comments. Ryan says the problem is the Eagles secondary is trash. They are the worst tackling secondary in the league, and Kyle Shanahan literally kept calling the same plays, daring them to stop them, and they couldn't. Bill says when Hurt gets broken for good, we're finished. It would be better to take a couple losses right now, he says.
All right, enough of the Eagles.
Yeah,
Rich
yeah, you guys
Rich won't stop.
Oh, it's
All right.
dude, thanks for your comments, guys. Mom, thanks for tuning on. And wait, okay, here we go. We got Rich. Are you drinking?
He had to
Is that a
throw one
beer?
more in there.
Is that a beer?
Oh,
No?
Crush.
Oh,
Like
Crush.
his soul.
Oh,
from last
Monday
week.
night, the Tennessee Titans at Miami, 8:15. Taking the Miami Dolphins. Rich, who you taking?
Miami. All day. Blowout.
Okay.
Not even close.
Shane?
Nope.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, that's
Will
all
Smith.
4 of us.
Even though he's got his wife is evil. But anyway, Todd says Dolphins, and Chris says Dolphins. Freight Train, you are taking?
Oh, the Dolphins. They might put up another 70 points in this one.
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans are terrible. Miami all night,
Fucking
says Sean.
disrespectful as shit. It's true, but it's disrespectful.
Bill says Miami
just
putting up
saying
a 40 burger, he said. Okay, the last matchup.
Take the over. Whatever you do, take the over.
Yeah, 100%.
The last matchup before Freight Train's got to talk to all the Steeler fans on that Pro Sports app. Am I right?
Let me come on. I'll come on there
Yeah,
too.
You
pro
can
sports
come on.
fans. Yeah.
Pro
I'm
Sports
coming on
fan app.
too.
I'm sorry.
Come on
yeah.
over.
Yeah, you can.
You're
You're
You're amped up. Go ahead.
You're amped up.
Good.
I don't have any Steelers jerseys. I have like 24
You
teams.
don't
I
need
don't
a
have
Steelers
Steelers
jersey.
anymore.
Packers.
Packers.
Green Bay Packers against the Giants. Packers. I'm going Packers.
Green Bay is going to fudge pack the Giants. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The New York
Rick
Minis,
says
baby.
Miami.
I'm sorry, New Jersey Minis.
Shane, who you taking?
Packers, baby.
Okay, Alan says the Packers. Todd says the Packers. Freight Train, who are you taking?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers. This is exactly the Packers team that I thought we were going to get.
This is a
like
shitty
6
Monday night
weeks
game.
ago.
This is a goofy Monday night game. I'd rather watch Monday Night Raw than this
Dude.
goddamn
The
matchup.
Giants are with their 7th quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt LaFleur is now 16-0 in the month of December as a head coach.
Wow. Todd says Packers. Bill says go Pack go. Sean says Cheesehead Packers. Chris says Packers. Everybody's taking the Packers.
Yeah.
And then watch the Giants.
Imagine
fucking
referring
upset
to
them.
yourself as a fucking cheesehead. Could you fucking imagine?
Is Danny DeVito still playing the quarterback?
He's acting and playing part
It's always
time.
sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, the Giants always show up for a half a game anyway, so he plays a half a game, then he
But
goes back to acting.
If Barkley scores a touchdown, the Giants win all season. I don't think that matters.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know how many rushing touchdowns Barkley has this year?
2.
One. 697 yards rushing and 1 touchdown.
Bill takes Jordan Love for
Hey,
MVP.
they're still undefeated, though.
Jordan Love for MVP.
They won that one game.
They won it.
Yeah, Packers look good against Detroit on Thanksgiving.
I fucking love this show as much as I hate it.
Well, you know what? And we're done, people. We're done. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, getting your comments. We will be back next Thursday.
Whoever that guy was,
back.
message me on Facebook. Richard David Lutz III on Facebook. I want to talk to you a little
I'll be
bit
back
longer.
tomorrow with my pulp culture, and I'm going to talk about wrestling.
Yes,
and,
let's go.
Dean Radford just turned in. We will do the interview Monday night. I will be talking wrestling tomorrow. There's some upcoming shows that are coming on this weekend. I can't make it because I have my family Christmas thing. Dean says go Steelers. Todd said thanks, guys. Go Steelers.
Yes, let's
and
go
Bill
Steelers.
said, smoke is done. That's what he said. Bill said smoke is done.
I'm
Chris
still right here.
See you in a bit, Freight Train. Chris is going to your show. And Dean said, let's go. Like I said,
Go
I'll be back
Pats, go.
tomorrow.
Come on,
9 o'clock. Guys, thank you so much. Everybody that wants to listen to Freight Train on go Freight Train. Say what it is.
Are you by yourself?
No, everybody should be on today for the first time all season.
Yeah, I'm not coming. I'm not coming on.
I squeak and you wheeze whenever you talk serious.
I want to hang out with my smoking hot wife and have
we're like a little fucking penguin from fucking Toy Story.
Put me on the top shelf, baby.
I squeak, you fucking wheeze. What is this?
Wheezy.
I only wheeze when I run, and I don't run anywhere. Okay, guys. Next Thursday, Freight Train, have a great show tonight. Smoke, have a great weekend. Shane, also have a great weekend. And I'll see everybody tomorrow night at 9 o'clock by myself. Thanks, you guys. Everybody, see ya. Go Steelers. And Rich, take it easy. Check your blood pressure.